So I don't know if someone in the back can tell me when they switched around. So yeah, cool. I'm here to talk about the customer portal. It has been something that I know a lot of customers have been asking us why we don't have one. Every other single IX have one. And we're going to go through some of the history behind it, the history about it, where we are now, and what's coming the next couple of months. So why are we doing this now? And why haven't we done this before? It's quite annoying. When I started at Netnod, I was quite naive and said, like, how hard can it be? It shouldn't be that hard to develop a customer portal or use something that's already built. Then I started Netnod and seeing we had data everywhere. We had customer info in one place of the systems, and we had technical parts on another part of the system, and we couldn't really find a good way to migrate them into one system because there is no system that handles our specific use case. There's not that many companies around doing DNS, NTP, PTP, and IX services at the same time. So we actually started looking at it, and the idea was we probably have to build this ourselves. So, and the problem was we are not a web development company. We are network engineers. We are DNS people who are really good at DNS. We're good at time, but web is not really our thing. And as most people know, a portal is nice to have and not must have in most cases. It's like, do you really need a portal? No. Will IX services still run? Yes. So it has been on a back burner, but I think maybe 2 years ago we said we're going to do one, and then it's going to be a slow revolving way of getting there. So, no, it skipped 2. So, and the question also emerged many times from customers and like that, why can't you just run IXP Manager? IXP Manager is a set of tools that is built by I think it's the Irish IX that is built it, but it's based on PHP and it's only for IXP. So we couldn't do a IXP Manager and have it work for DNS customers. We didn't want to replicate data between our existing systems for billing and so on, just to get IXP Manager to work. And still, it's also PHP built, and we are not a PHP company. We are C coders, Golang, Python, not PHP. So we started building it ourselves. I think there's missing a slide. No, it's fine. So what we started doing was we had some building blocks that we were going to utilize. Which one of them was the CRM system, where we have all the customer data, all our contracts, and so on. We use Netbox to do technical documentation and automation around. We started writing custom Netbox plugins to handle to correlate customer data and Netbox data, and we use Prometheus for statistics. On top of that, we built a API aggregator that actually combines both Netbox CRM data based on this custom Netbox plugins. That gives us a whole view over how a customer is connected, even if it's PTP or if it's IX, with all your IP numbers, all the VLANs that you're associated with, and your ASN if your routes are appearing, so on and so forth. So this is basically the timeline that we had. I thought the order of the slides are a little bit different than it was before, but this gives you a rough estimate of how we started doing this. In 2019, we started getting developers on board internally to actually start developing this API aggregation service. We did a first proof of concept that crashed horribly. It failed multiple times over, so we actually rewrote the whole thing. We decided on a path, which was the one we talked about. We're going to do Netbox plugin, linking Netbox data, CRM data. And we developed a product that we call internally Octo, which is basically a squid that has a lot of arms that can pull data from multiple places into one common way to access it. On top of that, the first thing we built was the connected network site that is live on netnode.se right now. That is actually using Octo, and it was the first service we had that actually utilized this. And where we are right now, we are actually looking at doing more features now. We have a first version of the portal up for internal usage, but we are doing more features on both the Netbox plugins, the CRM data, and the API aggregator. So we currently do billing statements, IX details, statistics. We haven't implemented DNS yet because they already have a portal. It's not a part of this yet, but the idea is to implement it, incorporate it into the same portal that you will see soon. This is the rough timeline that we have going forward. We are going to start with friendly user testing quite soon, where we're going to invite maybe 4 or 5 companies or customers to actually utilize the portal and give us feedback on what we should fix, what makes sense for them. We only do what me and Matthias has been looking for when we were working at Network as an operator, but we don't know what the current use case is all the time. So we're going to invite people to come with ideas, and that door is going to be open for everyone to have suggestions on what should we have on the portal going forward. After this, we're going to do it general available for everyone to use. At the time when we release it, it's going to be read only. So you're just going to be able to see your details, see your information, see your statistics, and so on. We're not going to be able to update things because updating, as you might know, is quite a bit different than reading data. And distributing this over multiple systems is always a bit of a haggle. So we're working on it. It's going to be there, and it's not going to take that long. Once we have read and write for IX services, we're going to do time and frequency because they don't have a portal at the moment, and it's quite similar in how you document things as we do with IX. It's basically one port that is documented, and it's delivered over a fiber in most cases. And last but not least, we're going to implement DNS into this same portal. So I'm going to do the one thing that you never should do. It's a live demo. This actually was really hard since yesterday at 6 we found out that some part was broken. So we were up until 2:30 this morning. So hopefully everything works. This is the login page. You can sign in with, okay, I clicked. So this is the first page that you're gonna access. It's basically a dashboard saying which invoices you have that is coming up or has been paid. You're gonna have some statistics on the aggregated view. So basically this is, we have gracefully was allowed to use Nemo and L31173 services accounts for this. Because we didn't want to use like Netnod AB because we have so many special products and stuff that for internal usage. So it would just been a mess of contracts. But this is actually a customer. This is actually based on the live data that we have in our CRM system and our statistics platform. So you can see statistics on traffic, broadcast packets that are sent. Generally, broadcasts are not the best thing, but in this case, it's quite low. We can just change between daily, weekly, yearly. You can then drill down into specific regions. So you basically want to see Stockholm, you want to see traffic, and there we go. This is nothing fancy that way, but it's a good way to get an overview when you come into the dashboard. Further down, we have all the products that you have purchased from Netnod. So we can see that they have Gothenburg, Copenhagen, Stockholm, and you can see the time when the contract renewal is coming up. You also have, as I said, the invoices, takes you to the invoice page. But if we start with products, we go to Gothenburg. The statistics was the thing that we were working on last night. As you can see, we have quite a lot of drops here for some reason. But the statistics are collecting, but it's rendering wrong. But what we can see from this page is basically the product that they have purchased is 10G Gothenburg as IX single. We can also see the provision megabits here. The price that will be shown, we have hidden this in this demo for obvious reasons. We do have same pricings for everyone. Don't be scared, but it was one of the requirements for showing this. We can also see that they are active on our route servers. So there is a little green dot up here saying it's enabled. They are pairing with the ASN 39351, and their AS set that is configured on the route server is AS ESAB. We can also see which switch they are connected to, the port that they are connected on. And here you can see the IP addresses that is associated with this customer. So you know what IP address you're supposed to be using on those ports. Here we can also show you power levels. So if instead of calling us saying what is my power level on my optics, we can actually just show you this in your dashboard. And we go to the last part that we actually have set up, which is the billing. This is not working at the moment, but you can download your invoices and get them for accounting. You can see when your invoices are due, and that's pretty much it. There is, of course, a contact us page. There are some settings where you can see what information we have regarding you as a company, and our contact details that we have with you. Yeah. And with that, I would like to hand back to and invite Kjetil and Ellen back on stage. And we hope to see you soon on the customer portal.